Previously on Fear the Walking Dead.
She takes off with his baby, okay? So that's how the episode begins. She literally takes Morgan's kid and runs, as Madison is then in a pile of dirt, which this was kind of cringe. Not gonna lie, this was kind of cringe. I felt like I was watching James Blunt High video or something. You guys ever see that friggin' music video? And at the end of the episode, Morgan and Madison are captured by these people that I believe come from Padre. She tells Morgan at the end of the episode that I actually don't know what Padre is either. Man, I don't know if I want to watch Fear next season.
Oh, get on the raft!
No!
Alright, I'll get on the frickin' raft. Let's go before I change my mind. This looks like it's gonna be a bumpy ride. Man, why would Morgan take Mo back to Padre? I mean, I can't see any reason why he would do that. Safe travels, kid!
Happy trails to you until you find the clue.
Well, happy trails, motherfucker!
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Fear the Walking Dead. And in today's video, we're going to be doing our first ever review for the final season of Fear the Walking Dead. This is our review for Season 8, Episode 1, titled Remember What They Took From You.
Your parents, they could still be out there.
Our parents abandoned us! Nowhere to go, Morgan. Why are you really here?
Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for Fear the Walking Dead. We are back with our very first review for Fear the Walking Dead Season 8, the final season. This is our review for Season 8, Episode 1, Remember What They Took From You. So, this video is our full spoiler review. We're going to go in depth. We're going to talk about the episode from beginning to end. So if that's something that's, you want to hear, obviously stick around. But I'm in particular doing this because this episode has literally leaked all over the place. Like, literally. You could literally watch this full episode all over YouTube. It's literally possible now. So, I decided, I was like, well, let's go ahead and kind of get ahead a little bit here and do our review. This episode does air tonight, kind of technically on AMC Plus, officially. So, anybody that, watches the episode, they can just check on back and see this review later anyway. So, I'm just going to post the review now and, we can talk about it, and when people see the episode later on tonight, they can just watch this review afterwards. So, gonna get this uploaded for y'all whenever you guys end up watching this. But, what did I think of the Season 8 premiere of Fear the Walking Dead? I absolutely loved it. I really, really enjoyed it. After a very frustrating Season 7, I can definitely say that this was a step in the right direction, and this was a really good first episode. This goes back to a lot of those vibes that I got during Fear Season 6 when the show was actually starting to be really good again, So, let's discuss this because we have a lot to cover. So, we take place literally immediately after the end of Season 7, Episode 16. You've got Morgan and you've got Madison, of course, that are being taken to Padre, and you've got the speaker guy that ends up interrogating Morgan in the opening scene. And he kind of realizes that this whole thing is kind of a setup. He's kind of like, talking back and forth. He hears that little Mo is screaming over the walkie-talkies, so, he's not very happy. And he and Madison both make a move against the Padre members. They literally take down a bunch of guards. Madison proves to Morgan once again that she's on his side, and she tells him, I'm going to hold off, the speaker people. You go find your kid. I'll fend them off here. And, of course, the speaker guy, once Morgan gets out of the room, he looks at Madison. He's like, yeah, things are going to get worse for you. And, she's like, there's nothing that could do worse than what I'm already living, working for you idiots, right? So then we get the intro, and then bam. I mean, we're literally we're there. We're in the 7-year time jump. So if anybody was curious, we do have a major time jump in Fear the Walking Dead. It is 7 years total, and I believe the main reason that they wanted to do this is to sync up to the timeline of where the other Walking Dead universe shows are at, because Walking Dead Summit, Dead City, Raise the Dead, and pretty much everything else that I'm sure they're planning are around the same timeline that this is right here. So, or at least, close to it. So, they're trying to sync up Fear's timeline with where the Walking Dead timeline is at. We'll have to see if there's a grand reason why they're doing that. Maybe some sort of crossover in the future, but there is a 7-year time jump in this episode. Now, we get introduced to Mo. We see her kind of, training in Padre. They take, like, the teeth off the walkers, which is pretty interesting, and it's basically just, like, some training for, little kids to become warriors. And, that's Padre's kind of main thing, right, as we kind of get to explore in this episode, is that Padre is a place where kids are taken there. They're grown up as soldiers. They're grown up as these trained combat soldiers. And it's a very sick mentality that Padre has. And they've got a decently thriving community, I would say. They got a pretty cool place. And Mo, and this is one thing that is really crazy about her in this episode, is that this is all she knows is Padre, I think her name is like Red or something like that. It's like some weird name like that. But they call her a different name than, Mo, right? And she believes that Padre is just all there is because that's all she grew up on. So she then discovers, of course, a woman that is like down in like an underground cell, and we find out that it's Madison. They have locked up Madison and they're drawing blood from her every week as she sits in a cell and just rots, basically. And Madison has been in here for 7 years. Yes, guys, 7 years she's been in here. And that is absolutely insane. So she kind of, runs away at first, right? She wants to get away from her. We've got, of course, the brand new character that is there. The girl from, like, the famous TikTok or whatever. I think her name is Dove in this show. And she's, like, kind of like Mo Sensei or whatever in this. But she tells her, like, don't go back down there again. That woman is dangerous. That woman, you can't trust her, that type of thing. And Mo doesn't listen, of course. She goes back down there. And she actually does manage to, get a hammer from Mo. And, through, like, the part where you can, reach out from the cell. Madison gets the hammer. She breaks out of jail. And, Madison then realizes who Mo is. And she's like, no, your name is Mo, that's who you are, and we're leaving right now. We're getting out of Padre. So they get out of there. Very crazy stuff. Padre is just absolutely insane. I mean, locking people up like Madison for like 7 years. Madison manages to escape with Mo, and they get out of there, right? Of course, on their way out, Morgan, or Mo, I should say, kind of ends up being a little bit confused because she thinks that Madison, captured her and she's, feeding lies to her and stuff, when really, no, Padre's been lying to her whole life, basically. And unfortunately now Mo is brainwashed to think that Padre is legit and Padre is real. And Morgan and Madison are out of their minds, you know what I mean? So Madison then, of course, runs into Morgan out there on the road, which I really like because you get like a new appearance from Morgan. You got Morgan with like this bandana and stuff. And, he gets to see his daughter after all these years, which is pretty insane. So that leaves Madison, Morgan, and Mo now on the outside of Padre, right? And you would think that Morgan would be happy to see his daughter. And this is one thing that really threw me off with this episode, is that you think he'd be happy to see her. Madison got her out of there and stuff. Madison's finally out. And Morgan sees Mo and he says, no, you're going back to Padre. And he tells, Madison, like, you're my prisoner now, you move, and I'm taking little Mo back to Padre where she belongs. So when I heard that, I was really surprised because it sounds like Morgan does not want Mo at all around him. He wants Mo to stay at Padre and that be it. And I was really surprised about that. And honestly, I think I know why. Okay, and I'm going to go into this. In this episode, we find out that Morgan has been out there for 7 years. He's been, not doing so well. He's a collector for Padre, so he does work for them. And he does capture kids just like Madison did in Season 7. And he's just a collector for them, basically, right? So either one of two things happen. Either Padre has brainwashed him too, which I kind of doubt, to be honest. Or, and this is the more so the possibility if you ask me, in this episode, we do get to see Morgan go back to where he's been staying at for a few years. And it's like this place on the water and stuff like that. And it's like, really deserted and stuff. And anyway, he's basically, kind of gathering supplies. And Mo discovers that this place has graffiti painted all over it. And Morgan kind of says, like, don't look at that, don't touch that, you know. And it mentions Jenny, his wife. It mentions King County. It mentions Dwayne. And it's written on the graffiti as if he lost his mind. And that's exactly what I think happened. I think Morgan lost his mind, guys, and went back to that clear mindset where he was writing graffiti and shit, and he was, you know, losing his shit out there on his own for all those years. And I think he wants Little Mo to go back to Padre because he knows that he's not, you know, well in the head. He knows that he is not well, and he's not 100% there. So he feels like the more safe option is for Mo to just go back to Padre. And that is exactly what he thinks is best for her. That is what he wants to do. And that's just the way it's going to go. And throughout a lot of this episode, Padre's trying to find them. You know, they're lighting up like that red light and stuff. And you've got, you know, two sides of the argument. You've got Morgan that just wants to leave Mo and bring her back to Padre. And you've got Madison who's like, are you out of your mind? Like, I finally got her out. I spent 7 years in a cell. Like, what are you doing? That type of thing. And it's pretty insane. And one of the things that I love about this episode, and I want to make sure to highlight, is the walker action. The scenes with the walkers in the water. I mean, this to me was like The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 11, Dead or Alive, or done right, in my opinion. I think they did a great job with that. The walkers were really good when they were there. Morgan, Madison were absolute badasses. You got the one scene in this episode where Mo like kind of gets her foot stuck or whatever, and Morgan has to kind of help her get out of it. And Madison like distracts the dead as Morgan helps Mo and stuff. Very, very cool stuff. I very much enjoyed all of that. Now, another character we do get to see in this episode that basically saves them in the nick of time is Grace. Grace comes in, helps them out, and she says like, hey, like, Mo, I'm your mother. And she's also just like Morgan. She says, yeah, you know what? We'll let Mo just go back to Padre. It'll be easier that way, and it's for the best. And like I said, I feel like there's more to the story there, but I feel like part of the reason is because Morgan has lost his mind. Morgan has gone crazy while he was out there. So it's pretty insane. And they, you know, kind of just decide, yeah, we're going to call in Padre. Padre's on their way to pick up Mo. And Madison even looks at Morgan and she's like, are you crazy? Like, we just got her back. And Morgan mentions that he's not even, you know, the real father. He's just somebody that wanted to take care of her. And he feels like this is the way that it's going to happen. And he brings up Isaac and Rachel and tells little Mo that those were her parents, her real parents. And that's Morgan is just looking out for her, and that's what he thinks is best. And you can tell Mo now is just, you know, she doesn't even know what to think. Her emotions are just running rampant at this point. And she wants to see her father, but he doesn't want to. And by the time the episode is over, they take both Mo and they take Madison hostage as well. And they also take Morgan. So, you know, Padre just continues to get their way at the end of this episode. They continue to just win. And it's pretty insane, man. It's pretty freaking insane. And that is basically how the episode ends. Mo goes back to Padre, of course. She swears that she's just, you know, going to stay normal and she's going to stay loyal to them. And I kind of like it, too, because at the end of the episode, she goes back in the arena. She kills the walker like it's nothing, you know, which I thought was pretty cool. She couldn't do it earlier in the episode, and now she can do it just fine. So, yeah, this was an utterly incredible episode. I mean, the visuals, guys, in this episode are on par. The visuals are absolutely incredible. Particularly what we saw last season, yeah, the visuals are outstanding. Padre is a very, very cool threat so far. The time skip is really cool. I really like how it affects our characters over time. Morgan was great. Madison was awesome. Music was fantastic. And Little Mo, I mean, I thought Little Mo was really good. You know, I know a lot of people say that, you know, she's kind of annoying and stuff. I have to disagree so far. I think she's really good. So I'm going to give this episode a perfect 10 out of 10. I really liked it. It was a really good return for Fear the Walking Dead. And if they could keep this pace up for the next 11 episodes, that would be very much appreciated because this was a damn good premiere. I have no complaints with this whatsoever. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of the return and the premiere of Fear the Walking Dead. Remember what they took from you. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy this video, make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos for Fear the Walking Dead. Be sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Fear the Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.